Like most of the artists in this exhibition, before he became a painter, Butcher Cheryl was what we'd call in Australia a stockman, a bit like a cowboy. And these stockmen, it was very dangerous work. They would be riding thousands and thousands of kilometres, trailing cattle, bringing them in. But it was good work for Aboriginal men in some respects, because they got to stay on their country, they got to travel to very remote places. And the other reason was that in the wet season, the monsoonal wet season, station work would shut down, and so that the artists could return to their clan estates to tend to ceremonial obligations. So that was really the younger life of an artist like Butcher Cheryl. It was working on the stations, and remembering they weren't being paid, it was work for rations. But then in the wet season they would return to their traditional ways of living. So that was the rhythm of life. But all of that rhythm really came to a very abrupt halt in the late 1960s when most Indigenous workers were laid off the stations. And so for somebody like Butcher, who'd really worked his whole life, you can see why he would, he would be very bored not working, and why he really wanted to do something. And so for somebody like Butcher, painting became, an outlet for all of that restlessness of his all of that creativity, all of that drive to be working. And so Butcher became a very prolific artist, an artist who went through a number of different styles and motifs, but each one characterised by this real careful attention to detail.